Welcome to Get Cooking at Maggie's Place. Today I'm making a delicious passed down recipe for potato salad. I started out by peeling 5 Idaho potatoes and I cut them into fairly bite-sized pieces. I added them to a pot of water along with a bay leaf, 3 eggs which boiled up with our potatoes. I set those aside and put them in some nice cold water, and we'll be adding those to the potato salad at the end. To get started, while the potatoes were cooking, I diced up some nice celery to add a bit of crunch to our potato salad, and I also chopped up the celery leaves and about 5 olives, green olives with the pimentos. We're also going to add just a little bit of mustard. You won't even tell it's in there, but everybody will be saying, wow, that is a really delicious potato salad. What makes it so good? It's a mystery flavor. Go with it. And of course, fresh cracked pepper. And all of the measurements are on MagiesPlaceCookbook.info, along with this video that goes with this recipe, which is a homemade potato salad passed down from my grandmother. We're going to add some parsley, dried parsley. If you have fresh parsley, go right ahead. It tastes delicious in here too. And we've got probably about a teaspoon of basil, dried basil, and a couple of teaspoons of oregano. When this cools down, because it is still warm, you want to make this while it's still warm. When this cools down, all these flavors blend in together and they just soak into the potato. It is really, really delicious. And our eggs. Now my grandmother, she did not put eggs in her potato salad. Like I said, this was passed down from my grandmother to my mama. It was her mother-in-law. And my mama started putting the hard-boiled eggs into the potato salad, and I just love it. So if you're going to be passing recipe down from one family member to another, which is a delightful thing to do in family, then just remember, some things may be taken out, some things may be added, but the gist of this potato salad, it's so easy and it is so delicious. Next, we're going to add our mayonnaise. Now, I usually start out with about a cup of mayonnaise, and I put that in there, and we're going to mix that in, and do this while the potatoes are still hot or warm, because it kind of melts into the potatoes, and boy is it really good. Cool it down a little bit before you put it in your refrigerator, and then the next day, or at least 4 hours later, you are going to have delicious potato salad. All of this stuff is going to meld in together, and it's really good. And while I add it a cup at a time, is that, as you can see, it's blending in quite nicely, but I think we should add a bit more. You have to just kind of eyeball it. Don't put in too much, just a little at a time. You can always add more, but you can't take out when it comes to this. And remember, when this is cooling down in the refrigerator, the potatoes are going to soak in the mayonnaise. Maybe not a whole lot, but if you notice maybe it looks a little dry the next day or a few hours later, add a little bit more mayonnaise to it. And the next thing I would do is just take a little taste and see if it needs any salt. Remember, we did put the olives in there, which had their own salt, so you don't want to over-salt it. But I think this does, so I'm just going to add a little bit more kosher salt. And tomorrow, when I'm serving it, I'm going to check it again before I serve it and see if it needs anything else. Normally, it doesn't. And there we have beautiful potato salad. You can top this with a bit of parsley. I also like to add a little bit of paprika. It just gives it a nice look to it. Potato salad is great. It's a wonderful dish, but it is also a dish that will go bad quickly, especially because of the mayonnaise. So you want to be sure that if you're going to be leaving this out, check your safety standards. I normally, when I set out a buffet or if I'm at a barbecue and we have potato salad, I like to put a bigger bowl underneath the bowl that I'm serving it in and just have some ice cubes set in that. The potato salad nice and chilled. And for this recipe with the how-to video and more family favorites, be sure to go to MagiesPlaceCookbook.info.